We can all agree that there's no pause button on life. So how do you live your life and still stay on track with your health and your fitness goals? I promise you it's not as hard as you may think. And in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest threats to your healthy diet and how you can stop it from ruining your progress. Today, I'm sharing with you 5 simple tips for enjoying restaurant meals without backtracking on your weight loss results. Hey there, I'm Britney and I'm the face behind MisfitFarmer.com. Every week I deliver videos on how to simplify your fitness routine and enjoy lasting weight loss. If you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss when a video drops. Trying to diet while also maintaining a social life can feel like an impossible feat. You don't want to give up your nights out with the girls, but at the same time, you really want to drop a little bit of that extra weight that you've been holding on to. As supportive as your friends and your family may be of your decision to improve your health, it's not them that you're worried about. You know that despite your best intentions, all it takes is one out-of-control meal to make you feel like you've lost any and all progress with your weight loss efforts. One high-calorie fattening meal is enough to make you throw your hands up in the air and give up altogether. I know because I've been there myself. For me, the taste of anything remotely unhealthy was enough to trigger cravings of the strongest magnitude. One piece of buttery bread would lead to a side of French fries, washed down with a mountain of mashed potatoes smothered in gravy, and finally everything topped off with an entire dessert menu of cheesecake and gooey fudge brownie sundaes. Okay. Maybe not that dramatic, but truth be told, I once winced at the thought of enjoying a nice meal anywhere besides my own kitchen. The entire experience was just enough to squash any motivation and willpower that I had left while trying to create healthy habits. Rest assured, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be the case. Being social is a part of life, and I firmly believe that any fitness journey, for it to be permanent, must make use of lifestyle changes. So today I'm sharing my top 5 tips and tricks to staying fit while enjoying restaurant-styled meals. So let's get right into it. Tip number 1 is to understand your habits. I don't know if I finally reached that boring age in life where suddenly the thought of going out feels more like work than play. But for whatever reason, it's not my norm to eat out, fast food or casual dining more than once a week. For me, nights in with good friends is sufficient, leaving time spent eating out reserved for special occasions, things like birthdays, celebrations, family fairs, typically only once or twice a month at most. And for that reason, for me, most restaurant meals are consumed and enjoyed without restriction. I fully believe that one unhealthy meal won't make you fat in the same way that one healthy meal won't magically make you skinny. Because my treat meals are infrequent, for me, they minimize any feelings of deprivation that I may experience because of my structured eating style. However, a quick Google search reveals that many Americans eat out on the upwards of 4 to 5 times per week, making the dining out experience not a treat, but more of a lifestyle. Understanding this difference will help you bring the right mindset to the table. So ask yourself, is this something that needs to fit within the realm of my meal plan so I can stay current with my fitness goals? If yes, I tend to be a bit more deliberate with my food choices and at least scan the menu options beforehand. It's amazing what you can find on the internet these days. Every restaurant has most all nutrition facts easily accessible in handy PDF formats. Going into the meal with a game plan helps me stay focused and on target. But if this meal isn't something that needs to fit within your meal plan, then enjoy the food you're eating without the guilt. Remind yourself that this meal is a one-time deal. It's all right to allow yourself to go off track, knowing that you'll resume your healthy eating habits once you're through. Having an understanding of whether the meal will be considered a cheat or a treat if you go off track is an important tool in deciding how to approach it. Now, tip number 2, don't skip meals during the day to save your calories for later. In theory, it makes sense. Bank your calories for that one splurge meal by consuming fewer or even completely eliminating meals early in your day. Unfortunately, that's not how it works, and there's a few things flawed with this reasoning. For one, showing up to any restaurant severely famished and deprived is bound to turn into a disaster. When's the last time that you thought clearly on an empty stomach? You know, Snickers may have been onto something long before any of us realized it, but it's true. You're not you when you're hungry. Hunger is a severely underestimated emotion that has the power to throw rational thinking out the window. Science has proven time and time again that it has a great deal of effect on our decision-making processes, often leading to loss of impulse control. So what this all means is that you will be far more likely to throw caution to the wind and indulge way past the point you had originally intended. The solution? Shave off a few calories here and there, but don't completely alter your eating habits just because you plan on indulging later on. I do want to mention that skimping on food is a real downer on our body's fat-burning ability. The absolute last thing you want before a calorie splurge is a slow-working metabolism. You see, food is fuel. It is what gives us energy to do almost anything and everything. Our metabolisms are complicated creatures. They tend to live in the now, meaning when we avoid food, our metabolism fears it will run out of fuel supply. To compensate, it signals the body to hoard what fat it has for energy in case no more arrives. Our metabolisms are much like a slow building fire. At full force, they can burn like no other, but it takes time for them to build and rev up to their strongest capacity. Hence why suddenly that surplus of food you plan on enjoying, when greeted by a sluggish metabolism, it spells trouble. Now, moving right along, tip number 3 is to skip the light menu options. Yes, you heard that right. I can still remember the night I went out to dinner with an old friend and ordered from the diet section of the menu. When the food arrived, I couldn't help but feel disappointed, not by the quality of the meal, but by the lack of food that was on my plate. Apparently, my face showed my disappointment because to this day, that same friend still laughs about the experience. And to this day, I swear that the picture on the menu made the entire option look more filling than it really was ever meant to be. That night has long passed, and for the life of me, I can't remember exactly what the meal entailed, but I do remember leaving the restaurant still hungry. What's more, we made it home and weren't in the house more than 5 minutes before I was tearing open every kitchen cupboard, looking to satisfy the gnawing hunger that I still felt. That was an added meal that I had not planned for by any means. Now, it may not be necessary to skip the diet section altogether, but it's my recommendation to be fully aware of what you are ordering. The light options are handy and efficient. They serve as a quick way to distinguish the more healthful choices from those higher in fat, sugars, and sodium. Still, restaurants are a business, and their goal is to entice you. They want to sell you a healthy meal with a low caloric value so you feel better about eating out. The end goal is to not necessarily satisfy your hunger, it's marketing 101. Give the customers what they want. That 6-ounce steak or that small shrimp skewer may look great in the photo, and better yet, it's appealing how low the total calorie count for each menu item is, but is it enough? So my recommendation is to add volume to your meal without much effect to the overall nutritional value. Don't be afraid to double the steamed broccoli side or add on a side salad or a soup. You'll be much happier when you leave the table full and satisfied. Now, tip number 4 to eating out is to rely on the basics. Overthinking is the creator of many problems, especially true when you're trying to order off a restaurant menu. Eating out is meant to be an enjoyable experience. After all, someone else prepares the meal, it's served to you on something much fancier than your usual paper plate, and better yet, someone else is in charge of the cleanup. So don't overcomplicate the process by analyzing every detail of each meal option. Choose the one that looks best to you. Still, if you need help navigating towards some better for you options, keep close to anything described as steamed, broiled, baked, grilled, poached, or roasted. And be wary of things listed as fried, crispy, scalloped, pan-fried, sauteed, buttered, creamed, or stuffed. Those tend to be much higher in fat. And in terms of portion control, keep it simple. Palm-sized portion of protein, fist-sized portion of carbs, and another fist of veggies. Now moving on to tip number 5, and that's to don't bring leftovers home. While it may seem wasteful to leave leftovers from a meal which you paid for sitting on the table, let me tell you, There is nothing more deterring to one's diet efforts than to see that white styrofoam container sitting in your fridge the morning after a night out. Whether you're a seasoned pro at healthful eating or you are new to the diet scene, we are all defined by our habits, good or bad. All it takes is for one treat meal to become 2, which leads to 3, and before you know it, you slid back into your old eating habits, the ones you were trying to change in the first place. So do yourself a favor and keep temptations out of your house. You'll thank yourself later. As you can see, it's entirely possible to enjoy life and still lose weight in the process. By remembering these 5 dining out hacks, you'll find that healthy living doesn't have to prevent you from living a life you love. Now, it's your turn. I'd love to hear more of your eating out tips. Add your favorite tips in the comments below. Also, let me just say that if you enjoyed the content in this video, then you're going to love what I share in my free 5-day challenge. It's your quick start guide to living a healthy lifestyle, and it's designed to give you actionable steps you can take to actually reach your fitness goals. Just visit startlivinghealthychallenge.com to sign up, and yes, it's free to join. Now, during this 5-day challenge, I'll help you unlock the core strategies that will fast track your success in achieving your health and your fitness goals. I'll help you eliminate your feelings of overwhelm and frustration when trying to build healthy habits, and I'll help you find the time to take charge of your healthy lifestyle, no matter how busy that you currently are. So sign up today. I'll include the link below in the description box. Thank you for being here and tuning in. If you want to be notified when new videos drop, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the content in this video, then give it a thumbs up. As always, I will see you in the next video.